Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review, and we are going to Preston for this one. And it was a beer that was very kindly given to me from Josh from Simo Subs. Now, if you've not subbed his channel or gone to look at his channel, go and have a look. Like I say, it's Simo Subs, craft beer, perfect draft, all sorts of beer, all sorts of stuff. He's a lovely lad. Go and check out his channel. Have a watch first if you don't want to sub. Maybe you don't, but if you do, go and check it out. If I remember rightly, I will put a link to I will put a link in the description to his channel, but it's called Simo Subs. So have a look for him, top lad. So a big thank you to Simo for this beer. And we are heading off to his hometown, I believe, which is Preston. And we are heading off to Preist Brewing. And this is their PR2 IPA. It's coming in at 6.3% and it's in a 440ml can. I'm not sure how much it cost, but I noticed something on the back. It's quite interesting. It says brewed and canned for Preist Brewing Limited, blah blah blah. So I'm kind of thinking at the moment, anyone who watches me, I went to Wrexham Beer Festival and there was, oh God, Bulletproof Brewing out of Plymouth. Now, I'm guessing that Preist Brewing are quite small, but they get another brewery to brew for them and can it for them, because I think that is what was happening with Bulletproof Brewing, probably for the numbers really. And it looks like this is maybe the same sort of thing. So nice artwork on the can. Like I say, they're out of Preston. Now, I don't have a Preist Brewing glass, so we're going to bang it in the old Basil White Hag glass. I do love that glass. That was part of the mystery box from Beer Merchants, and that's just one glass I really love. It's, you know, I don't tend to have many White Hag beers, but if I've got something, a beer that I haven't got a glass for, and it's an IPA pale ale, I do tend to put it in that. So, beer's been in the fridge. I've been waffling on for too long. There's another quick look at the can. Let's get it in the glass and see what we get. I'm going to say I've been shafted by him. I've been shafted by Simo. Simo, you're going to be watching this. Look what you've done to me. Look what you've done to me. Best before the 18th of the 7th, 23. You little tinker. You little tinker. I have no doubt it's been sat in the back of his fridge and he's just forgotten about it because he was drinking a beer that I sent him. Jesus Christ, I sent him ages ago. He was drinking it on Saturday and it was past its best, but he enjoyed it. And that's the main thing. He really did. He really did enjoy it by all accounts. So he seemed like he did. He could have just been pissed. I think he was as well. But yeah, let's have a look at this one. There is some right lumpy bits dropped in this one. And funny enough, I think Simo had a few of them lumpy bits out of the old Stonehouse beer. Two thongs. Yeah, there's a few little clusters there at the bottom you can probably see. But beer in a glass, it looks thick, it looks dense, it's very hazy, there is lumps lurking around everywhere, and I'm guessing there's a lot of carbonation because they're sort of lifting up a bit, so it seems quite wild on carbonation. It's looking exactly in the camera what you're seeing as what I'm seeing. I don't know how to describe it, almost marmalade sort of colour, if you like. Finger of white on top, tight on the bottom, a few bigger ones on top, but I think a little swirl of that will sort of tidy it up, which I always find with some beers, and when you pour it, give them a swirl and it just tidies them up a little bit. It looks better, but it looks decent. So let's dive in on the nose. I would try and read the stuff. Yeast, hops, Chinook, Columbus and Cryo Cascade. Malts are pale, wheat and caramel. Let's dive in on the nose, have a sniffers. Yeah, mango kind of thing going on in there, I think. A little dank aroma. It's not odd, but I kind of struggle picking out aromas with some of these hops. I pick out, I can smell stuff, but sometimes I can't put my finger on what they are. Almost has a little bit of a citrusy kind of aroma. So let's stop waffling, hoppy, dive in. Preist PR2 IPA, Simo Sups. Cheers, pal. Get it down our necks. Cheers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 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 Quite a big bitterness in there. Quite a big bitterness in there. And for me, it feels a bit harsh. Feels a bit harsh. Is it because the beer's past its best? You would like to think not, but it is sort of like what? It's about a month and a half out of date, something like that. So it should still be good. So probably got no qualms with that, to be honest. For 6.3% beer, it does feel a little light. As dense as it looks, it's maybe not that sort of dense in body, but it does give it a drinkability. There's no wishy-washiness there. There's no wateriness there. Carbonation's quite nice. Small sort of bubbles. Not too busy. Smooth. Got a pretty decent mouthfeel to it as well. But there's something with one of these hops, and I'm not sure what hop it is. But I get it in a few beers, and I'm not sure if it's some of these cryo hops that they do, but or it leaves me with a bitterness in the back of my mouth, and it's not. I know the flavour. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is, but I know I've had that flavour in my mouth before, and it can be a little bit. Sometimes, if you like some real high quality beers, if you like, and I'm not knocking this, but I'm on about when you're paying a lot more for it, I can cope with them. This one does seem a little bit harsh for me. Marmalade-y. I'm going to say it's got that marmalade feel to it, and the bitterness in it is, I don't know, it's a very dry bitterness. It's a very dry kind of, it's not dank, but it's almost a dry, musty bitterness, and it's not a bitterness that I necessarily enjoy. So in a sense, that kind of puts me off. But it's very much marmalade feel in there. Mango. But I'm struggling to pick certain things out in it. 6.3%. I do think it's got them fruity notes in there, but I think you notice the 6.3% in this, and maybe it's some of that you just feel it a little bit more, and that's maybe a little bit off-putting possibly. But I'm trying to think what else I've had. I'm trying to think how I can describe it. Yeah, there's that that sort of taste in there that sort of makes me shudder a little bit. It's either that or the bitterness. Is it for me? I'm not sure it is. It might suit other people, but this one doesn't do it for me myself. A little bit harsh on some of the taste. It's my wife just coming in disturbing me. That's why I went all to bits. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to put it down to not necessarily being a bad beer, but I'm going to put it down to just personal taste, because I've had this sort of flavour in a few beers. Some of the real big expensive ones where they're a little bit more juicy, sort of carry it through a little bit better. This one doesn't have enough of that to carry it through for me, but it's my first beer from Preist Brewing. I'm not going to knock it. I would try more. This is maybe just one with the hop lineup that maybe doesn't suit me, which I'd be quite surprised, but yeah, feel free to give it a go. Preist Brewing out of Preston, PR2 IPA. Oh, pardon me, it's going to be one of them that repeats, and you definitely get the hops in there as well. But yeah, I mean, maybe actually me saying that might have actually, but I mean, it has a greenness to it, thinking about it. But that would be a little bit odd, because it's sort of like a month and a half past its best. So I'd be surprised, but it has that, it almost has that greenness feel in the hops, and maybe that is that little bit too much for me. I don't know, but if you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you're thinking of getting it, maybe give it a go. I don't think my review is really helping people pick it out. A big thank you to Simo. Simo, if you've had this, mate, let me know what you thought of it. If not, give it a go and let me know what you think anyway. That's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching. The wife has gone. The nerves are gone. I don't feel a wally. See you on my next one. Cheers.